Hello everybody, so this is the Kobra Kydex Conceal-X appendix inside the waistband +1 holster. So I'll tell you what guys, the Kobra Kydex is one of those companies that I'm into the third holster with them, and I think they make a pretty good product. I really do. And this is one of those outside the box products that I just think, when I got it and I started playing with it, and I just went, wow, like this thing is really cool. And let's get into it. So before I even get into retention or how the gun fits, let's talk about this. Yeah, it is a very strong magnet. Now you can get shot cord to go in there as well. That holds these two together, and you can have it either way, either way that you want it. You can also get like K-bar TDI and other things that go along with this, so it doesn't have to be a holster and mag, it can be a holster and knife. But either way, that magnet is super strong, and like it'll form to your body just fine and not go anywhere. I don't even know if the cord is needed. And on top of all that, it's an ambidextrous design. So unlike most appendix holsters that, because they're curved a certain way, you are stuck using it one way or the, one-handed or the other hand, this is an ambidextrous design. Everything is built off of a flat plane, and you can move all of this stuff to this side and all of this stuff to this side right here. Like I said, this goes either way. The sweat guard is the same height on either side. There's nothing that doesn't allow this to be ambidextrous. So that is, this whole holster is an out-of-the-box thinking design in my opinion. Now of course it has the patented tongue. I think this thing is just super cool. I really think that more companies could consider doing that, like branding, like maybe doing their logo and a brand or it's some sort of an impression in their holsters. I just think it's a really cool thing to kind of own the holster with. Now one thing I did remove from this is the claw. Now not the claw arm, but the claw shoe. I'm going to call it the shoe or standoff, because it is so close to this clip and it's stuck up to about here. I had a heck of a hard time trying to get the belt in here and to go up over that shoe. If this was out here farther, I wouldn't have had a problem, but this being so close that when I put my belt in here and it starts wrapping around, it does still hit this and push the holster back. So the lack of the shoe there doesn't really bother me, but the shoe was just too far up into this area, and I didn't like it. I thought that was a strike. I took it off there, no big deal, but I thought they could have done better there. Now let's talk about the fit and finish a little bit. The finish, let's make this easier. Again, just like any professional company, the edges are how I would expect them to be, nicely polished, no sharp edges, nothing, I told you that thing's strong, nothing that is poking you or cutting into you or anything like that on either piece. Now with that being said, either piece, you can run this as a two-piece design as well and have a right or left hand 330 holster and a left or right hand mag carrier. So you are getting 4 pieces. You are getting 2 appendix holsters, because this is ambi, so that's 2, and you are getting an ambi hip holster and an ambi mag pouch. So it's really almost 6 pieces that you're getting for the price of 1. That is some outside of the box thinking if I've ever seen it. Now let's get into the fit. I did have to relieve this. It was far too tight when I first got it. I mean, I couldn't draw the gun so tight. But when I relieved this side and left the other side alone, I am now looking at a good smooth draw, right? It's optic ready, as you can see. Fits the gun nicely. Fits the gun nicely to the body of the gun. It's not too thick, doesn't stick out too far. The clips don't stick out too far, all that stuff. And that fits well. That fits good as well. So I'll tell you what, this concealer or Conceal-X from Kobra Kydex is an out of the park home run. When I can sit there and pick this thing apart, and the only thing I can come up with is that this shoe was a little too tall for me, you're doing pretty good. Now, I have expressed my displeasure with the retention parts also being part of how the clip and claw mount, because you can't tighten that. You can't tighten this, right, without messing the retention. But this is not an uncommon way of doing things for holster manufacturers, so I'm not going to ding them for that. Everything else about this holster I think is pretty darn fantastic. And yeah, if you got a hold of one of these holsters and you're carrying it, I think you're doing pretty good for yourself. So that is the Kobra Kydex Concealer-X, ambidextrous, inside the waistband, tuckable appendix holster.